Commanders, welcome back to World of Warships Legends. You are looking at the British Tier 7 Tech Tree Destroyer Lightning and the Commander Reginald Tyrwhitt, 15 Legendary Level 3. Base trait True Grit reduces the chance of having your steering gears impaired and slight boost to the reload time of your torpedo launchers. This is not the same thing as Unstoppable. It does not prevent your mobility from being destroyed or your engine from being knocked out. Does not do the same thing as Unstoppable. I thought it did in the beginning. Trust me, I've used them as inspirations on other commanders. It doesn't. All right, Bay and Swirsky, row 1 Subsurface Venture, row 2 Fragile Threat, row 3 Torpedo Safari, row 4 Smoke on the Water, and his unique legendary skill, Smogathon. We are using that. Does give a hefty boost to torpedo speed when you are near an ally. I wish that was when you were near an enemy. But you do get a couple extra smoke generator charges. The long and short of it is with Reginald Tyrwhitt and these skill choices at this rank level, and you do get a slight boost here from Smoke on the Water. But at the end of the day, you can essentially throw your smoke screens one after the other with no break in between them. So if you're trying to farm damage from an enemy ship that's nearby, it's really helpful. Take a look at the upgrades. We got aiming system mod 1, steering gears mod 2. As you can see, there's no propulsion mod available. Concealment system mod 1 and torpedo launcher mod 3. And the Lightning is fully upgraded. Taking a look at the loadout, we have 8 charges of the smoke generator. Like I was talking about, you look at the dispersion time and the reload time. So essentially, you could throw all 8 of your smoke screens in a row. All right. We've got 3 short duration sonars or short range sonars. We're running the speed boost flag, the permanent camo. You know, they made this camo, I guess the OG camo, available after I'd already made the permanent camo. And I'd asked in the Reddit a while back if they could let us convert these, and so far, no joy on that. We do have the early adopter flag. 14,310 hit points with this build. We've got 3 twin 120s, firing range 10 kilometers, reload 5 seconds, turn in 9 seconds, 1,700 HE shell damage, 9% fire chance. AP shells do 2,200 damage. Torpedoes, 2 quad launchers, reload in 67.5 seconds. They do 15,533 damage, range 11.6 kilometers at 66 knots, and their detectability is 1,300 meters. Aaa Defense, your main battery are dual purpose, so they do count for your Aaa Defense, but this number isn't great. Maneuverability, 37.1 knots with that speed boost flag, 590-meter turning circle, and a 3-second rotor shift time. Concealment, 4.7 on the surface, 2.6 from the air, 2.4 when firing in smoke. I think we're going to look at the armor viewer really briefly here, just to show you it does have a 19 millimeter bow and plating on it. So that is the Lightning. I would consider the Lightning an all-arounder. It's a good gunboat. As you can see, the torpedoes, they don't do tremendous damage, but they do pretty good damage, and they reload in just over a minute. So I think you could make an argument with the smoke screen and the sonar that you can pretty much play this in a number of different ways. We're here on, I think it's Northern Waters. I know it said it there. It is a domination match. All right, look at that. I guessed right. Northern Waters domination match, top tier. There are no aircraft carriers, so this is like totally ideal for us. Lots of battleships to farm damage off of. And the enemy team has a destroyer I lust after, the Ognivoy. I was not willing to ruin my life during Rust and Rumble to get it, but I would rather buy the Ognivoy for steel than the Missouri. Let's put it that way. All right, so we are off. We're heading towards Charlie, the destroyer cap, so to speak, in my opinion, due to the number of little islands. You look at Alpha, a couple of big islands. That's more where battleships like to play at. Just one guy's opinion. All right, so yeah, if you've never used Smogathon, you just have to decide if the eight smokes are what you want instead of unstoppable. And really, at the end of the day, it came down to me where my train of thought was his base trait does some of what Unstoppable does, doesn't prevent you losing mobility altogether. But having eight smoke screens, and I use the same commander tier wit, the tier 5 and tier 6, the Icarus and the Dervis. So all those ships have eight smoke screens. So the key with the British smoke screen, unless you're talking about a destroyer that does not have the traditional British smoke, a premium destroyer might not. Like the Cossack doesn't. I think the Gallant does not have the traditional British smoke. The key with the British smoke screen and the tech tree ships is it's good for two things. When you're running away and you want to screen your movement in a very short area, meaning you've already turned and are kiting away and you want to obscure a cruiser that's lighting you up. Or it's great if you're standing still, not moving, no forward motion like us right now. You could throw the smoke and then rain fire down on a spotted enemy ship. All right, there's the Ognivoy. I'm going to shoot some torpedoes at him. We are using the single launch mode, I believe, for most of this game. As you can see, I don't do it very often, so I have a horrible spacing there. But the Ognivoy decides to get within our sonar range, and he's getting lit up. I see his torpedoes coming at me, but I wanted to shoot at him first. And as you can see, great rudder shift on the Lightning allowed us to dodge his torpedo. I dare say there are some ships, probably Russian destroyers, that wouldn't have been able to get it. The Ognivoy may not have been able to get out of the way of his own torpedoes. Let's put it that way. All right, so we see we got two destroyers over here. We got the Moss as well, and I'm unfazed that there are two destroyers over here because I'm the Lightning. I'm a top tier destroyer. I'm ready. All right, so here you can see I made the mistake of casting my smoke screen while I was still moving. However, we are gonna, and yes, we backed out of the cap, or went out of the cap forward before backing back in. The Ognivoy is back up on our view range. He did torp, I guess, towards my smoke screen. Nowhere near me. I am reminding my teammates that he's still over there. This battleship to my starboard side is very bold. I'm not sure I would have done that. And our team does get first blood. And I guess that battleship's pretty lucky. All right, there's the Moss over there. The Ognivoy dropped, the Moss dropped from spotting range for me, so I'm presuming the Ognivoy is still in the cap circle. He pops back up. We've got really good guns here in the Lightning, and so I'm just going to continue to shoot at him. He thankfully, helpfully provides me his broadside for one salvo, and he's just going to keep. I think his concern is getting away from whoever is shooting at him over there. However, I will blind shoot without even knowing where he is and kill him. The Moss over here, think. I think our Moss killed one of their battleships. All right, that's what that was. So the Moss over here, we are getting shot at by someone else, a battleship, I guess. I'm just going to ignore the battleship and try to kill this Moss. That's one of our primary goals as a destroyer is to kill other destroyers. We've killed both destroyers over here. All right, here is the Iowa, and I'm going to show you the really great thing about these single launch torpedoes, We are just going to give him a wave of skill that he just can't get away from for the devastating strike and kill number 3. All right, so we are damaged. We've lost probably, I don't know, 10,500 hit points. We lost a lot of hit points. Um, I'm smoking up because I'm still being shot at by this other ship out there. I want to say it is a battleship that was shooting at us. But I think so far you can see the Lightning is a very powerful destroyer. Admittedly, I've had help on 2 of the kills, the other 2 destroyers. Um, but I would also argue I did a lot of the work in keeping them lit up and spotted, and a fair amount of the damage on each ship. I would really love for WoW's Legends to get an after action like they have in World of Tanks console, where it shows you you killed this enemy, you killed that enemy, you killed that enemy, you did this much damage to them. I would really love that. I think if I had a huge complaint about WoW's Legends, it would be the stats are very lacking. All right, here's a Kajiro, the last of the enemy destroyers, and I'm going to shoot at him too because why not? But he's being shot at by everyone, and we missed him there. And even though we are doing a great job at shooting him, the Akatsuki on our team is able to finish him off. So this is one where I have really good teammates, so I'm not being forced to do a super carry here. Um, again, I think that Bismarck is way too far forward, but that's me. And he paid the price. The Kajiro took him out after the fact. But we have Bravo. We're in the process of capturing Charlie. Until that Bismarck got killed, we had a big advantage in kills, slightly less so now. And we still have all our destroyers, and the enemy team, all their destroyers are dead. So it kind of goes without saying that good destroyer play is one of the big keys to winning, especially in a domination match. So the enemy is capturing Bravo. We are over here with the Gascon. It is the only ship over here. Gascon, don't own it. Did not like the looks of it. However, I do like torping the ever loving bejesus out of him. So I give him the single launch torp festival, I guess you could say. He does launch an airplane or a spotting device of some sort. So we are going to come to a halt, and I'm going to throw up a smoke screen and start lighting them up, which I can do. And we maneuver, so we're back in the middle of our smoke screen. I do set him on fire, and I don't think he damage cons it immediately. And right there, I was thinking about using the regular spread of torps. Thinking about it, didn't say I was going to do it. Now, I failed to realize that it's just me and the Gascon over here in Charlie. I thought I had a friend over here, but the other destroyers have moved over towards Bravo to engage the ships capping Bravo. And so it's me versus the Gascon, mano y mano, over here near the Charlie cap. And he's doing what I think is a pretty smart thing. He's coming straight for me. And you can see we are racking up the shatters as well as the hits. And he does knock out my torpedo launcher, but it's too late. I already launched all the torpedoes. And he is going to pay the price. Kill number 4, high caliber, 5 torpedo strikes, our second devastating strike of the game. All right, so this isn't the carry that you might get in other reviews of the Lightning because I didn't need to carry. All our destroyers are still alive, so we had really good team play. We are winning way ahead on points, obviously, because we have a huge lead in ships. However, I think this really illustrates how powerful the Lightning is. especially with the right build. I don't know if this commander build works for you, but it works for me. I would not recommend Philip Vine on this ship simply because I think the concealment at this level is more important. You are not strong enough hit point wise to take the damage that you would take by losing 200 meters of concealment. And yes, I know Vine's base trait increases dispersion, but you're going to be fighting those enemies up close where that dispersion isn't going to be as valuable as it is from far away. Plus, with the torpedo skills of Tyrwit, allows you to increase your range and decrease your reload time. 11.6 kilometer torpedoes. Well, it's not the gearing, but I hesitate to say that that might be, you might be able to increase that to 12 kilometers if you have Tyrwit fully maxed out. And I mean, that's worth it, in my opinion, no matter what. And you could discard Smoke on the Water and choose his other skill. I think it's Destroy or Be Destroyed, give you even more speed. So another thing to consider. All right, here at the stat screen, 119,015 total damage, 2 devastating strike, high caliber, 100 main battery hits, 9 torpedo strikes, 4 big kills, and the 1 base capture. Over 383,000 silver. There we are at the top of the board. 3035 base XP. That's how you do it in the Lightning, folks. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below.